In AFL today, it's North Melbourne against the Brisbane Bears under lights at the MCG. The Kangaroos have lost their last 5 in a row and are getting dangerously close to the bottom. On the bottom are the Bears, and they haven't won in Melbourne for 2.5 seasons. They can jump 3 places if they win. A bottom-of-the-ladder clash in AFL today. Good evening and welcome. A game at the MCG tonight between two teams who've had a very poor season. North Melbourne looking for their first win at the MCG, their home ground, in season 1992. And the Bears haven't won in Melbourne since round 21, 1989. North welcoming back Wayne Carey after 1 week suspension, and the Brisbane Bears welcoming back their skipper Roger Merritt, having missed 6 weeks with ankle and knee injuries. OK, we pick up the game at the MCG tonight in the first quarter. Our commentators are Sandy Roberts, Gerard Healy and Bernie Quinlan, and there is no score when we join the game.
In the right forward pocket for the Roos. From the throw-in, Carey had front spot, couldn't get it away effectively. Pushed towards the 50-metre line and eventually the handball under pressure. Goes over. Johnny Gastev giving encouragement. You trained with the Bears, Gerard, during the week. How did they look to you on the track?
Sharp. They looked a professional unit, and Robert Walls, I think, has them in peak condition for this game.
Matt Randell got the tap out, but that was all. Oh, Clark threw it away. He was well tackled, and there was probably nothing else he could do. If he held onto it, he would have been pinged. So Peter German, from 50 metres, let's see what he can do. Took a long time to reach his 150 milestone, but he did eventually, and that's a lovely looking kick off the boot. First goal of the night to North. So the Roos are away. 1 goal straight, the Bears get to score.
Yes, an excellent kick at goal there from Peter German. He is known as a very good kick at goal on the run, but from the set shot right on the 50-metre line, Peter German has kicked only his 5th goal for the 92 seasons. Had a bit of an indifferent year, has been dropped to the reserves. Very important to North Melbourne when he's playing well.
So first blood to North Melbourne with the ball back in the centre. The bounce favours Darryl White, who's held by Spargo, should have taken the free. McRae comes in and was pinned. How could he get rid of that one, umpire? Tough decision.
Yeah, certainly, Gerard. He was tackled immediately. He took possession. He had no chance of getting rid of it.
Ashcroft wide, finds McLucky. McLucky goes around the corner. He's got Shackey and Merritt, but well played there fairly. In comes David Bain, always at the bottom of the pack. A terrier, off to Hart. Hart chips it to the front of the goals. Nearly a great mark taken. Push in the back chance. Ashcroft with a handball along the ground. Allison chips the ball wide. He's got Oishenko, the big man who played for the Brisbane Bears last year in their premiership side. Bit of a stalemate in the centre of the ground. Finally, the ball comes forward for the Bears. They're bombing the ball, looking for Merritt. But out comes Richard Dennis and takes a fine mark, covering for Michael Martin, who's the usual fullback.
Dennis towards the half-back line. A couple of options there. He picked out Craig Scholl. Peter German was there as well. Scholl's kick down towards the half-forward line. Carey, North quickly into attack. Beautifully towards Longmire. This time he's got it.
Well, so marks paid, Sandy. The crowd not too sure about that, but I think he did take possession of the ball, and immediately on taking possession, the ball was knocked out of his hands by Champion. Let's have a look at it again. Well, oh, he may have been a little bit lucky to get that one.
So Longmire, for his 38th goal, misses away to the right.
Yes, having a look at that one in replay, I think he was very fortunate to be paid that mark. Champion sitting right on his hammer and got that knock away.
Behind onto the board. That takes his tally for the year to 37-16. As Sean Hart brings it back into play. It's straight down the middle. Schenko was the step ladder. McLucky gets a hurried kick towards Hutton, right down towards the centre. Fisted away from him by Scholl. Bain does the scouting. Back to Hutton again. Here's an opportunity for White. A little stab pass, beautifully picked up by Merritt on the half-forward line. Back to White again. White goes down towards the 50-metre line. Merritt couldn't take it. And eventually it's McRae who picks up. Does get a short chip towards centre half back, and this time the Northerners should get out of trouble, although Oishenko was off. Loses the football. Pretty scrappy on the outer side at the moment. McRae hangs on to it for a long time before getting the hand pass away. Well, we'll see a throw in.
Sandy Big Alex there running himself into trouble. He must make sure that he's clear before he plays on, attempting to get that hand pass away, because it's no use trying to play on when he's surrounded by 3 Bears players.
Hutton over the back. Ball now, big, strong tackle from North Melbourne. That's good signs to see them attacking the ball. Hart gets it to Gastev, who's been busy early. Handball was astray, however, to Leslie, who's having trouble picking it up. Now he does so. Swings it back to Hart. Hart, an excellent player last week, starting the game well. The right foot chip is a poor one, and it goes back to McRae. McRae takes the ball over the boundary line. Perhaps it could have been deliberate, Bernie.
Yes, well, maybe he was forced out of bounds, but really the Bears must sharpen up on their skills, Jared, because so many times they win possessions and just turn it over so very easily when they've got a chance to run it out of defence there. They just messed up a couple of hand passes and also that kick out of defence.
Ashcroft sees it over the line after Hutton came over the top from the throw-in. So still on the outer side. Hutton jostling with Ashenko. White gets the hand pass away with the field towards Retzlaff. And another throw-in. In front of the biggest crowd segment here we have at the MCG tonight. And, predominantly North Melbourne fans. Merritt in front. Ashenko at the back. Ball is held. Tackling by both sides so far tonight has been very good. Liam Pickering applying the tackle for North Melbourne on that occasion. They lead by 7 points with just over 18 minutes remaining.
Looks like Jared Hutton doing the ruck work on the forward line. Rendell doing the ruck work around the ground. And maybe Hutton lining up at centre-half forward tonight with Merritt further down the ground.
There's a man of many tactics, Robert Walls. Always has a few surprises. An interesting mouthguard there from Paul Spargo. Bright blue. Are you on a clean showing, Paul? Long kick forward. Ball in the centre of the ground. German in front. Gets the quick handball out. Ben Buckley kicks the ball long. Over the back was Champion. Oh, the mark should have been paid there to Russell Jeffrey, who took a courageous mark, and he is incensed.
Well, he did take that mark. I can't believe it wasn't paid. Russell Jeffrey showed tremendous courage last week. Let's see this again in replay. Jeffrey, well, he may have been assisted, but he definitely had that hand back and dragged it down. He should have been paid that mark, no doubt.
White with the ball. Through comes Leslie. Pickering round the corner, but goes astray, and only a point to North Melbourne. So the Northerners move on to 1-2. Brisbane yet to score.
Champion again to bring it back into play. Kicks well. Ashenko comes over the top and hammers it down beautifully. Oh, Allison heads in towards goal. There's another one to North Melbourne. Brett Allison gets his first. North's lead is out to 14 points after that goal from Allison as we go back into the centre once again. No one able to win it away. Pickering again at the bottom of the pack. Picks himself up. And another one still virtually in the middle.
A big congestion of players. Kick off the ground will suffice. Both sides wanting to get that ball forward. Umpire must surely ball it up. And that he does. In runs Hayden Kennedy. That's what he'll do.
Saw a bit of classic ruck work there from Ashenko and Rendell. They ran into each other and both fell over before the ball got to them.
Well, they're both very big men, both experienced players. Rendell with the tap, but it goes to the ground, and once again there's a big congestion of players, which lends support to the argument that perhaps the players should stay outside the perimeter of the square until the ball transgresses the line. Over the back's Crocker. Ball once again, German on the ground. All players in there with a scramble of play. Ashcroft. Finally the ball comes forward now out on the Bears half-forward line. Dennis on the bottom of the pack takes one high and will give the free kick awarded from the umpire.
That's an interesting theory, that one, Jared, about the player staying out of the 50-metre, but I just wonder who's going to police that little that area. It'll be very tough to police.
Dennis's kick down towards centre wing. Retzlaff was there. Couldn't do anything with it. Applies the tackle. And we'll have a bounce on centre wing. Umpires tonight are Hayden Kennedy and James Van Beek.
Well, I think it's got merit, Bernie, but perhaps Bill Dallard has some problems there getting the umpires, the boundary umpires.
It'd be almost impossible to judge when the ball's just gone out of the 50-metre area.
Schenko wins it this time, beating Rendell. North deep into attack through Dwyer. Longmire front spot. Carey does the scouting, gets a hurried left foot kick. He was pushed as he took the kick, so it went straight ahead. McCluckey leads in the race and will soccer over the line. Not very subtle, but effective.
It's good defensive play, McCluckey. Had a very good game last year in the grand final for the Brisbane Bears. Of course, they won that game.
Reserves grand final.
Reserves grand final, I should add.
Yes, fine effort. Rendell marks the Jeffrey kick. He's just on the defensive side of centre, Big Mac. Pumps it deep into their forward zone. The Bears still looking for a score here tonight. They're not going to get it on this occasion as Dennis defends well again. Coming out towards centre wing. Towards the boundary line it goes and over with Sean Hart leading Anthony Stevens on that occasion.
Throw in on centre wing, just favouring North Melbourne. Oshchenko with the tap. Hayden Kennedy awards the free kick to Brisbane Bears. And away goes David Bain. Bain was scragged by Allison from behind. Push out there from Scholl, and the free kick will go to Hutton. Hutton looking for an option up forward. He's got Shackey leading wide. Shackey, good player last week. Over the top is Dennis. Dennis on the ground now, but the ball taken effectively by Truicard, who swings around onto his left foot and just chips it into the hole. Looked like a set play from Brisbane, but away goes Ben Buckley. Over to Scholl. Buckley takes the 1-2 and away he goes onto the wing, the north side in attack.
Long kick by Buckley, down towards centre wing. Hutton got a hand to it, smothered it out to Gastev. Johnny Gastev towards the 50-metre line once again. The big fly is on. Merritt coming back into the seniors has given away a free kick. He couldn't take the mark and retarded that North Melbourne player. Pickering gets it away, gets the hand pass out, and now North go towards centre half forward. Longmire comes out, couldn't take it on the half volley. A chance for the Bears to clear through Green. A high kick to the half back line. No mark taken. Oshchenko on towards Allison. This is looking dangerous. Carey's tucked in the pocket. What can he do? A little chip. Out comes Longmire.
It's automatically there looking for Johnny Longmire on the lead. Really, they're very good conditions here at the MCG tonight for forwards. The ball not yet slippery. You see Longmire, who has kicked 14 goals in a match here at the MCG, in a night match in fact.
Going for his first for the night. And he's made no mistake. John Longmire boots North Melbourne's third, and they've shot out to a 20-point lead. 3-2, the Bears are yet to score.
It's a very good start by North Melbourne. Certainly winning the ball very well around the middle of the ground. We see this lead up again. Oshchenko just has the ball knocked away from him to North Melbourne's advantage. Wayne Carey back from a week suspension. And very easy. Longmire out on the lead, 5 metres in front of Richard Champion.
North Melbourne now lead by 20 points with just over 11 minutes to play. Rendell gets the ball down to Ashcroft. Ashcroft a quick handball out to Darryl White. White goes forward, but once again Brisbane Bears break down up forward, and this man Richard Dennis has been like the brick wall of China. Oshchenko. Sean Hart with a big punch. Through comes Peter Mann. A big honour wearing Schimmelbusch's old number. Scholl on the left foot, goes round the corner. He's looking for Carey, who's harassed by Leslie, and must be a free kick. And so says James Van Beek.
Oh, that's not a very nice sign he gave the umpire there, Martin Leslie, and the umpire having a few words to him.
I think he just said, that's 2 free kicks you've awarded against me, Ben.
Well, that could have been right too. This is probably...
Either that or he was asking were there 2 great walls of China.
Great brick walls.
However, back to the action. Carey, long, in towards Longmire territory. He couldn't get a position to fly then. Gastev farms it out towards Bain. Could have almost got a free kick. Champion is there also. Look at Gastev. He's still going. He's caught in the end. and the umpire will come in for a bounce.
He's a little terrier, isn't he? David Bain.
Yep.
He missed. He's only missed one game through the season through concussion. And he's been averaging 25 possessions a match. He's just a terrier. He never stops running.
He's 24.5.
Thank you.
North a chance to score again. They lead by 20 points at the moment. Gastev defensively towards the line. He'll be quite happy to see that over.
Another player who never plays a bad game for the Brisbane Bears, Johnny Gastev.
Yep. In fact, were you saying, Bernie, there's only been one Brisbane Bear player that's played every game?
Hey, it's quite extraordinary, that, and that's Danny Noonan, the only player that's played in all of the Brisbane Bears' 92 games.
Spargo looking for his 99th goal. It's going to be awfully close. One behind. 3-3. And the Bears still yet to score with under 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
And Robert Wall's on the phone, obviously a little bit worried. John Gastev has been a great player for the Bears, as Bernie was saying. Gastev drives the ball long. He's looking for Hutton, who's down the ground. Ball comes to the ground. McCluckie, who started the game well. McRae, a Queenslander. He's representing North Melbourne. He's been dragged off the ball, and Marcus Ashcroft takes a free kick.
Already a change for the Brisbane Bears. Matthew Rendell off and Kennedy on.
So Wall's looking for a little bit more mobility. McCarthy, handball wide. Stevens on the left foot. Looking for Longmire again. Once again, Longmire drops it. This will be advantage, and in goes Allison to score his second goal. And North Melbourne's fourth.
The Roos by 27 points. The Bears still yet to score. Ishenko wins the tap. Stevens at the bottom. He's trying to get it out there once again. He's still going. Still has it. And eventually the umpire must come in and take control.
Well, Robert Wall's obviously thinking the centre square area was one of his problem areas. Matthew Rendell off the ground. Kennedy doing the ruck work. I didn't think Rendell was going all that bad. He was competing okay in the centre square.
Let's see what Kennedy can do. Ishenko wins it again. Gastev should be able to get it first. He does, but his hand pass goes sadly astray. Good shepherding. Allows man to come through for North Melbourne. A long kick towards Longmire. Oh, he had it and he lost it, but he recovered. Flicks it round his body and has kicked another one. North are doing it on the bit. Longmire has his second, and North Melbourne have their fifth. 5-3-33. The Bears yet to score, and the horse has done it again.
Yeah, it's all too easy, really, wasn't it? Longmire contesting that mark. North Melbourne again winning the ball out of the middle. Here's Peter Mann. Long kick, direct kick to that face of goal there. Longmire just able to nudge Champion out of the way, and then had plenty of time to recover. The Brisbane Bears defenders didn't get back there in time to help out.
This will test Kennedy up against big Alex Ishenko. Kennedy runs into the umpire. It's a big thump there by Alex Ishenko. Picked up now by Hart. Hart swings the ball round, and it should beat the players over the boundary line. The Bears really must produce in this last 6 or 7 minutes of the quarter. Otherwise, the game may be gone. Ishenko and Kennedy. Ishenko will dominate all of those combats if that situation is allowed. Well played there by Clark. All high in the air. Merritt brings the ball to ground. It's Steele. Has a bounce, looks forward. He's looking for someone up the centre. Poor kick from Steele, however. Carey on the ground. Can't take control. And through comes Hart once again.
Up towards the half-forward line. Shackey couldn't take the mark. Dennis again. He's had a marvellous first quarter in defence for North Melbourne. Ashcroft almost held on at a fraction too long. Hutton goes in strongly with a bump. The ball spills free. North defence working hard. Scholl gets it away. They've got a chance to set up something again. Down towards the forward line goes the kick from Spargo. And another shot at goal. This time from 50 metres will be taken by Anthony Dwyer. Waste no time. Into the square he goes. It's a big kick. Champion backing into the pack. And it's over the line eventually for one behind. 5-4. The Bears yet to score. Champion. Chip out into the back pocket finds Johnny Gastev. Best and fairest winner, for the Bears in 1989. Goes to the team vice-captain, Martin Leslie. Up towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by Noonan. To half forward he goes. No one there to take a mark. White recovers first. Gives off the hand pass to Shane Hamilton. In towards full forward it goes. They've got to get there first here, and they do. David Bain, in the square, had no trouble converting, and the margin is now 28 points, Bernie.
Yes, that goal long overdue for the Brisbane Bears. David Bain, not a prolific goal scorer for the Brisbane Bears. In fact, that's only his third goal for the 92 season. We see Hamilton, the former Geelong player, get around his body. And David Bain, plenty of space up there on that forward line, just getting away from Richard Dennis to kick that goal.
David Bain, good goal running into open space. One of the few times the Bears have got it into their 50-metre zone. Once again, the bounce favours Brisbane Bears, but this time it's McLucky. McLucky having quite a good quarter, brings the ball round the forward line. Richard Dennis and Bain coming in. Bain tackled by Steele, and the ball trickles over the boundary line to be thrown in once again, deep in Brisbane Bears' forward pocket. This time the ruck advantage will be with the Bears. Don't be surprised if he swings it over the back. Hutton this time. Coming through there was Pickering. He's been taken high and will receive the free kick. Swings the ball across the ground. It's Allison. Allison will have to go back because he can only kick with his left foot.
That's exactly what he does. Back to Steele. This time he's more direct, bouncing his way through half-back. Elects to go long, up over the centre, towards Carey territory, McCarthy. McCarthy could have given a nudge, but then he somehow got it out to Carey, who farmed it even further away. McClucky's hand pass is good. And there could be a free kick. Well, in fact, the advantage is going to be paid to the big man who's just replaced Matt Rendell. Kennedy. He gets it down to the half-forward line. Merritt was there, but Scholl's going to tidy up. He's got all the time in the world to have a look. Size up his options, go back towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by McRae. Plays on quickly. Spargo goes into the man on the mark. That wasn't good. McRae is forced to soccer it wide to Alex Oshenko. Sweeps a hand pass. That wasn't a good one either to McRae. But lucks of fortune, he's away. Long and low into full forward. And Longmire! Not paid. Champion will clear into the back pocket. And he finds Leslie.
Champion really flirting there because he should have gone for the defensive punch away. And really just nearly allowed Longmire to chip in and take that mark.
Hart brings the ball down with his fifth kick. He finds McLucky once again. That was Retzlaff. Big punch from behind by Steele. Ball in the centre of the ground. Retzlaff once again tackled and scragged as he grabs the ball. Here comes Matthew Kennedy. Good vision from Kennedy, finds Hamilton. Hamilton goes to centre half forward. It's White at the front of the pack. Roving was Clark, but he couldn't take possession, and away go North Melbourne through Allison. Allison whips the ball out to Dennis. Best man on the ground at the moment. He's got Oshenko. Oshenko slips in the mud, and that was deliberate, umpire.
It certainly was. The umpire calling for the throw-in, but big Alex just tapping that one over the boundary line when he knew he was in all sorts of trouble. No doubt it should have been paid a free kick to the Bears.
Perhaps his bulk was in the right position between the ball and the umpire on that occasion. Crocker's hand pass towards Allison. Around the wing he goes. Fisted towards McLucky. Gets the hand pass back to Leslie. The Bears go up to their half-forward line. Well trapped by Crocker on that occasion. We've got just under 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. The Bears would dearly love another goal or two to come back into it, but good teamwork sees Stevens with the ball now for North. And a lovely kick. That's good vision.
Well, again, we see all this coming about because of a skill error from the Brisbane Bears out of defence. Player Martin Leslie, a very experienced player, missing with that short pass around that outer wing.
Longmire going for his third for the night and his 40th for the season from 49.5 metres. Straight through the middle. 3 to John Longmire. And again, North open up a 34-point lead. 6-4, plays a goal.
And really, that's one area where they do let themselves down badly, the Brisbane Bears. The school side of their game is very ordinary. So many times they have turnovers. It lets this player in here, as we saw John Longmire take that mark on the lead. It makes it very difficult for their defenders when there's so many turnovers, and they really just must pick up on their school side of their game.
3 goals to John Longmire. Champion really has his hands full, but perhaps Robert Walls hasn't really any other options. Oishenko under the ball, had to sit and wait for it. Across came Kennedy. Ashcroft out of the centre. Intelligent handball under pressure. Clark gets the ball, but Crocker comes through well. Left-hand handball. Buckley swipes at it out of the air. Well done, Buckley, under pressure. And a good mark to Danny Noonan, who has been a little quiet tonight.
It was a courageous mark, though, wasn't it,
50
Jerry?
metres, is it?
Going back with the flight of the ball. And it's a 50-metre penalty has been paid.
Danny Noonan had come down and take hold of the ball.
Warren Shecky did have hold of it, but no doubt Noonan will have this shot at goal. The man on the mark standing around about 20 metres from goal.
Danny Noonan comes up for his 3rd kick for this evening. His first shot at goal. Should be an absolute soda. And it is.
Too good in the first quarter. 6-4-40, leading the Brisbane Bears 2 goals, 1-13. We go to highlights now of the second term.
Repels in another attack. Hart this time gets it to Ashcroft, who lines up the goals. He should goal, and that he does. Just over 5 minutes of play left, with McRae driving North Melbourne forward along the members' wing. Ducking back is Green. Carey at the back. Comes onto his left hand, but goes to the centre where McRae is followed down. Can he maintain his balance? That he does. Gets the handball away. Finds Ross Smith. Follows up McRae, and this would be a marvellous goal if he makes a distance. He does. Good goal, McRae.
The player Richard Dennis not able to get there to affect the spoil, but Hutton just dropping that himself.
Retzlaff brings the ball back. Hutton once again with the one hand. Ball stays in play. There's a free kick being paid for a scrag on Darryl White. Darryl White shoots from a very acute angle, but not an impossible one. It looks good off the boot. In fact, it looks very good. John Hutton gives it his approval.
Well, as hard as we looked, they were the only highlights we could find from a very drab second quarter. The Bears actually outscored them 2-4 to 1-5 in that term, but North still held a 22-point lead at halftime. Fortunately, the standard improved in the second half. Let's go now to the start of the third quarter, the opening bounce.
The whistle has sounded, so there's infringement in the square, and it is going against North Melbourne. If the Bears could get the first couple here, Bernie, they'd certainly give them a sniff, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they're not without a chance, Sandy. Matthew Kennedy playing at centre-half forward now for the Bears.
Rendell's kick goes up towards the half-forward line. It is hammered down towards full forward. But Richard Dennis has been like the Rock of Gibraltar all night. He steadies and finds Smith on the half-back flank.
I can't see Merritt out there, Sandy. He may have started the second half on the bench for the Bears.
Yes, in his comeback match, it hasn't been easy for him. White, can he get clear? Well, lightning hand pass across to David Bain, who loses it but then regains it. Kicks under pressure, wide towards the wing, but it's okay. It finds a teammate in Danny Noonan. Noonan drifts it back to Bain, who's slipped down in towards the forward pocket region. He's still outside 50. It'll be too far out for him, but he centres it in towards full forward. Oh, Schenko out in front, stood his ground well. Dennis comes storming through, gets a hurried quick kick. Or just a hurried kick would be fine. Thank you, Bernie. German to half forward. Danger now for the Bears. Longmire is there, couldn't take it. Man at the back, sweeps a wide hand pass to Spargo. Was it the right option? Spargo is caught, gets the hand pass away. Carey's in trouble, back pedals, gives a little ground, but it's going to be effective. The mark is taken outside 50 by Peter German. I don't know how confident he is of kicking it. He's going back now. In fact, he's just chipping to Longmire.
Oh, and hit very hard by Champion. But obviously, German was too far out again. Longmire already received a nasty boot to the face there from his teammate earlier in Dwyer. See again on the lead, the Bears players not getting back there and filling up those gaps, and a very similar incident to the one we saw in the interstate game with Richard Osborne and Johnny Worsfold.
Yeah. Longmire's kick for goal is good. He's got his fourth. And a good start for North Melbourne in this second half. They move to 8-9, leading Brisbane 4-5.
Oh, that really is the difference between the two sides. Longmire playing at full forward, Wayne Carey playing at centre half forward. They have two very good forwards. See the pass again coming there from Peter German, and Richard Champion obviously realising he couldn't get to the ball, just made John Longmire really earn that one. And something we might have to have a look at in the future in football, I think, Sandy, incidents such as that.
Schenko and Rendell once again in the centre. Dwyer comes through, puts his head over the ball, but it's Bain on the bottom of the pack. Can't get rid of it. How does the umpire see it?
Oh, well, that's holding the ball decision there, not paid. But he really had one arm tied up. Bain couldn't do anything with it. It should have been a holding the ball decision.
Is Bain a little bit of pain by the looks?
The Bain in pain. The pain in Bain.
Well, the rain has stayed away, Bernie, as Russell Jeffrey takes the ball away. The Bears must retaliate with a goal now. Long driving kick. Campbell out in the square by himself. He gives a little bit of a nudge. He goes to the ground himself, but has given away the free kick, and Craig Scholl will kick North Melbourne back into attack. Scholl comes wide. He was looking for Schenko, but the kick was far too distant from him. Ben Buckley broke his arm a couple of times last year, so good to see him back getting a couple of games under his belt. Round the corner goes Hart. And Scholl once again repels the Bears' attack. Breaking down a little bit across our forward, Bernie.
Yes, well, that's been the problem all night for the Brisbane Bears. They haven't had the forwards to convert. Merritt on the bench, Shaki on the bench. Matthew Campbell, usually known as a defender, is playing up at full forward alongside Hutton. Both those players either full forward or forward pocket. It doesn't matter all that much. And Kennedy also playing centre half forward at the start of this second half.
Hamilton to Jeffrey to Hutton. In towards full forward. Campbell having to do the work at the back. North having the numbers at the fall of the ball. Should get out of trouble, and they do. Anthony Dwyer takes the mark, plays on with a hand pass to Peter German from half back. He goes towards centre wing. There was a little bit of a nudge there on Allison, but it's going to work in his favour. McRae took the extra step and goes long in towards full forward over the top for one behind. So North move along to 8 goals 10. They've doubled exactly the Bears' score as Green brings it back into play. White, the flyer, got a hand to it, couldn't get the second grab. Allison quickly onto the left boot. Again, he had 2 or 3 options there. He chose Stevens, who tries to flick it round his body. Carey couldn't take the mark. Longmire recovers, snaps in towards goal. Which way will it bounce? Spargo wants his 99th goal, and he's got it. Has he missed? Or is he going to get another kick? He got the first one. Spargo, goal number 99 in his career, and the 9th for North Melbourne. 9-10 plays 4-5.
It's all too easy. And the first 2 goals in this third quarter going to North Melbourne. Wayne Carey, who's been good at centre half forward. Longmire, a good focal point, playing at full forward, and really he just brushed around far too easily. Spargo kicking that goal for North Melbourne. They really should have tackled harder.
North Melbourne kick further ahead. Darryl White out of the centre, playing the ruck roving role. Last week a ruckman, a talented player. Russell Jeffries, formerly of the Wanderers in Northern Territory. McClucky. He finds Retzlaff. Retzlaff moves the ball on a little bit slowly. However, the free kick's been paid downfield, and Hutton will be the recipient. Took the mark in any case, wearing the armadillo type headguard. Drives the ball long to the top of the square. It's all North Melbourne, and the big Alex Schenko drops back and takes a telling mark deep in defence. Out to Scholl. Scholl goes wide with Stevens. Stevens started the quarter well. Drives the ball on his preferred left foot and an excellent kick to Carey. Carey goes away but gets scragged by the scruff of the pants. Crocker taken to ground by Gastev. Is that a free kick?
Oh, gee, that was a good tackle. I saw some free kicks paid last week, Gerard. They certainly would have been paid as holding the ball decisions if, well, looking at that game last week, Brisbane Bears and Essendon. A lot of very quick decisions last week. The umpire's not so severe this week.
Peter Mann takes the ball. Crocker round the corner, be looking for Longmire, one out. Too easy, Longmire. Ashley Green's been moved down onto John Longmire, but has been beaten hands down in the last 2 times the ball has come down.
Well, I think he's just too big and too strong there for Green. We see Longmire very strong in the upper body. I think really they're playing their best full back at full forward, and that player being Matthew Campbell.
Longmire for his 4th. He's got it. +1 is 5. 10-10. Plays 4-5. That was goal number 5 for John Longmire. 10-10. Plays 4-5. Mashenko doing the ruck work up against Rendell. It's the latter who wins it. But can they get it out of the centre? No, they can't. Crocker's away. Down deep into the forward line once again to Longmire and Carey territory. Champion in trouble. Gets the hand pass away to Leslie. A hurried kick, a short kick, but he finds Gastev out on the half-back flank. Gastev to centre wing. Can they start something here? Kennedy got the hand pass away. McCluckey follows it down. Takes it back again. Kicks in towards half forward. Campbell gets the front spot, but he can't take the mark. Steele tidies up. And again, this North defence will run it out. There's a line of 3 or 4 of them as they go back to the centre and Peter German. He goes over the top. Oh, bad bounce for Stevens. Loses it. White also loses it. Back to German again it comes. Can he get clear? No, he can't. He's got to swing it round his body. Into the pocket. Longmire can't take the mark. He's edged out. Champion is there. Gives it away to Hamilton, who goes straight across the ground and finds Clark. Troy Clark onto Ashcroft. Into the centre. McCluckey. This time perhaps for Ashcroft. Floating kick, but it's not a good one. It drops short. And look at this. North again with the numbers. Shenko over the top to Steele. Back to Mann. The former West Australian goes to the half-forward line and finds Crocker. On the old cricket pitches, Darren Crocker. He stabs in towards half-forward, and Paul Spargo takes the mark. Goes back to Crocker. He's outside 50 to full forward. Longmire is at the back. Champion to do the tidying up. Longmire, he's going to do it on his own, is he? Pulls it round his body, but pulls it too far this time and 1 behind.
5 goals, 3 to Johnny Longmire and 1 out of bounds on the full. So we're having a bit of a picnic up at full forward tonight. Probably the only really effective forward on the ground, although Carey has done reasonably well at centre half forward for North Melbourne.
Well, Ashley Green looks out of his depth on Longmire. Sure, Robert Walls won't leave him there for too much longer to be persecuted as Hart brings the ball back into play. The back of the pack was Ross Smith. He can't take it, but through comes Mann, who's been impressive. Carey around the corner, and he's got Stevens on his own. Stevens, a natural left footer, will swing this ball probably to the top of the square, looking for Longmire, 1 out. Drives the ball long. Longmire's got 2 to beat. Now he's got 3 as Gastev comes over. Punts the ball straight to Spargo, who goals.
There's his 100th career goal. At North 11th, 11-11 plays 4-5.
It's just running away with it in this 3rd quarter, North Melbourne. Now kicked 4 goals for the term. We see this in replay. Gastev coming over the top, trying to thump the ball away defensively, maybe trying to even thump it away for a behind. But the only player there was a North Melbourne player in Spargo tidying up. Just read it beautifully off Gastev and a very easy goal.
North have opened up the biggest margin in the match so far, 8 goals, 11-11. Plays 4-5. Couple to Spargo in this quarter. Let's see who can win it out of the centre. Aerial ping-pong going on at the moment. Eventually Bain comes through, gets a kick round his body up to the half-forward line. The bounce could be good for Hutton. No, it is not. The North defence has been very solid in this quarter. They've done it in numbers and they've done it well. Well, there's an effective steal by Hart. He had to beat a couple of players there and did it well. Back in towards full forward. Dennis dropping back. A Retzlaff is there. So too Hutton. Taken towards the line by Buckley. He may keep it in play to Scholl. He does. Who can go over the top to Dwyer. Watch out. Clark back again to Dwyer. That was good play because Clark was there and he had to find Steele in between. Ishenko, look at North run now. Across the centre. Allison stabs to Longmire. Oh, he plays on, swings round into goal, and is this going to cap a great piece of football? It is. Well, that's the sort of football North can play.
Yes, the sort of football really, Sandy, that the North supporters have been waiting for a long time. It's been a dismal year by the Shinboners. They played very ordinary football. In fact, they haven't won a game here at the MCG for the entire 1992 season. But there we see the hand pass coming from the bigger Russian, Alex Ishenko. And Johnny Longmire is taking his chance here, playing on very quickly. Hutton off the ground for the Brisbane Bears. And Lawrence Shackey back on. But John Longmire just grasping the chance there and playing on quickly to kick that goal.
Yes, Shackey takes himself down to full forward as the Bears come through White, but it's taken out of the centre by Archer. Archer goes long. Carey. Ball goes now to German. He'll just waltz in and go for goal, and does. So North Melbourne career ahead. It's 13-11-89. They're 60 points in front of Brisbane. 4 goals 5.
Already only 14 minutes into this third quarter, and North Melbourne has added 6 goals 2, and the Brisbane Bears yet to score. They've really opened up with devastating football in this third term and just showing the long-suffering North Melbourne supporters just what they can do.
This is a blistering period of play by the Roos. Let's see what happens in the middle this time. Ishenko hammers it down towards half forward. In they go again. Stevens gets a bad bounce. Smith shows strength. They could kick another one here. Allison steadies from 45 metres, heads in towards goal. And behind as John Longmire attempted to do the shepherding. 13-12, plays 4-5.
Hit-outs 22 to North Melbourne, 9 to the Brisbane Bears. Ishenko dominating the ruck duels.
Champion short to Noonan. Danny Noonan, 7th kick, so he hasn't had a big influence on the game to date. The Hart takes the mark. He's coming in for kick number 11. Up towards centre wing and finds Troy Clark. Got the nasty one earlier on, but he's recovered. Mark taken by Russell Jeffrey. Took the mark just inside 50 and be kicking just outside. Stabs a short one. No mark to Bain. Play on. The North defence relentless. That's where their attacks have started. Now German, well beaten on that occasion. Solid mark taken by Ashley Green. Back towards half forward once again. Should be a free kick, and it will be. Holding on to going to Russell Jeffrey.
Yes, he's now playing on the forward line. I think Champion's now back at full back. In fact, he is. So Green only a short stint in the full-back position on Longmire.
As Brendan Retzlaff goes for his first goal and the Bears' first score for the quarter. Pretty good looking kick, and he's kicked his first and the Bears' first for the quarter. One to Retzlaff, and their score moves to 5-5, but they still trail North, who've kicked 6 goals 3 in this quarter. They're 13-12.
Yes, they really haven't had an effective forward setup. You see this good kick from Retzlaff from on the 45-metre line, or mark, just inside the 50-metre line. In fact, a very good kick from Retzlaff, picked up from Swan Districts in Western Australia.
Light rain falling at the MCG as the ball goes to the ground again with another tap out from Ishenko. Carey drops back and takes the easiest of chest marks. He goes away. Good play from Carey. Poor checking from Leslie, and Carey runs into goal. How easy is that, umpire? A goal.
Well, that's unbelievable, isn't it, as North Melbourne surge further in front. Wayne Carey, of course, a very promising player for North Melbourne, playing at centre-half forward. Again, we see Oshenko getting that tap down. A quick kick out of the pack there by Smith. And there he had hold of him and lets him go. And just pointing at the mark instead of worrying about the player. Don't worry about the umpiring, Martin Leslie. Let the umpire do that and get on with the game yourself. Your job there to mind Wayne Carey, not let him run around you.
Carey's first. North's 14th, 14-12, plays 5-5, so the Roos have the quick reply. It's their 7th for the quarter. McClucky gets it out of the middle with a kick down towards half forward. Clark's got to wait for the bounce. He tried to tap it forward, but Dennis read it beautifully, just waited back. He really has been, he's given almost a faultless display tonight, Richard Dennis.
Of course, a premiership player at Carlton, Sandy, in 1987, Richard Dennis.
Correct.
Before he had some serious knee problems.
Stevens is on half-back. Looks for Crocker and finds him in front of Ashcroft. Well, this will do North's confidence no end of good. I know it's not going to help the Bears, but both clubs have been down. Leslie plays on. It's a high kick, doesn't have a great deal of distance. There's the spring of White. What a mark. Off to Rendell, but his kick is partly smothered. Steele should come steaming through here. He does. Oshenko stands his ground. He's like the general in the middle, just farming out the hand passes. This should result in another goal. Dwyer over the top. Mann will have a shot. And there it is. Too easy. Peter Mann gets his first, the ex-Claremont boy. North career away, 15-12 to 5-5.
Will resume ruck duties with Roger Merritt dropping back midway across the half-back line. The Bears playing an extra man in defence. Once again, Oshenko with a big tap out. Stevens on the ground, puddles the ball in front of him, slips at the vital moment and is swarmed upon by a bevy of Bears. I'll have it, says the umpire. No, he won't. He'll give the free kick. Allison there on the bottom of the pack. Or was that Dwyer? However, Bain will take the free kick. The Bears need to do something on the scoreboard. Hart takes the ball down to Merritt. Merritt with the handball finds McClucky. McClucky goes wide looking for Jeffrey. Jeffrey handballs to the voice. However, the voice was Dennis. Dennis to Buckley. Buckley drives it long. Allison at the back. Goes without the ball. Carey at the back doing the roving. Ball on the ground and Gastev's first there. Gastev gets taken high by his own man in Hamilton.
He's going to get a free kick.
Well, the free kicks now, 17 to the Bears and 20 to North Melbourne, so perhaps they're trying to even them up.
Look at that again, Jared. Force wide, the Brisbane Bears. We saw that chance in attack with McClucky, and he went wide into that pocket looking for the lead of Russell Jeffrey. But again, they've been forced wide on most occasions. They cannot seem to attack down the centre of the ground as North Melbourne has done on most occasions in this third quarter. They've used the centre corridor area very well.
Well, John Gastev, as usual, on the bottom of the pack. The ball up will take place 15 metres out from North Melbourne's goal. Roger Merritt just lurking across that half-back line. Perhaps he could go forward. Mann taps the ball but goes straight to Ashcroft, who throws the ball on the boot, and it lands just inside the boundary line on their half-back flank.
Brisbane Bears runner has covered a lot of ground tonight, Sandy. He's hardly been off the field.
Yes, he knows how Steve Monaghetti would feel, I would suggest, after a marathon. North towards Longmire territory again, almost took a wonderful catch. Mann has just kicked one goal, but he can't get clear on that occasion. Champion is held at the bottom. The bounce to take place. Under 8 minutes remaining. It's been an 8-goal blast by North Melbourne this quarter. One would suggest the best football they've played for a while. Stevens at the bottom. He throws it out. Not so subtly. And David Bain takes it. Away he goes. Noonan to Hart. Off to Hamilton. Into the middle and the running Bain. Got a bit of room now. Schenko almost gave away a free kick there to Bain. Kennedy gets the hand pass away. Here's a chance for Ashcroft running into the open goal. And he's put through number 6 for the Bears. Marcus Ashcroft has booted 2. Bears are 6-5, North of 15-12.
Yes, as North Melbourne make a change, Alex Schenko having a rest from the ruck work, and he's been replaced for North Melbourne by Glenn Archer. And he's done a great job, Alex Schenko, especially in that centre square area where he's won most of the centre square bounce downs. Ashcroft the player, 2 goals.
Peter Mann will contest this ruck throw for North Melbourne, with Schenko taking the bench for having a bit of a well-earned rest. Ross Smith round the corner. North Melbourne are dominating those centre bounces. Wayne Carey, good handball. Finds German, who's under pressure. German throws it out to McRae, who's been quiet this quarter after a good first half. His kick finds Champion, who has dropped back onto Longmire. Champion over to Hamilton. Hamilton swings the left hand to the running Gastev, and Gastev goes wide. He's got McCluckey in space. But the kick wasn't great. It's taken over the boundary line by Liam Pickering.
They've been forced wide, haven't they, all night, Jared? Again, coming out of defence. They make it very difficult. The direct route is the best route, and that's straight down the middle of the ground here at the MCG. It's not a big ground if you use the centre corridor area.
Quick kick from Ellison also finds the boundary line. So a little bit of a delay in proceedings at the moment, which I'm sure the Bears won't mind after an 8-goal burst from North Melbourne. They really have shown some of the form that's been lacking all season. Ashcroft well taken out. Finds Retzlaff. Retzlaff goes with a bit of a mongrel and finds Peter Mann, who's dropping a kick behind play.
Yes, and that being the case, is picking up plenty of touches as North go forward once again. Down towards half forward. Longmire gave a little bit of a nudge and could have taken it. Could be a free kick for some holding on, though, here going the way of Paul Spargo.
Yes, the umpire spotting that. He was holding the Guernsey there, Hamilton. And, yes, making his feelings well and truly known to the umpire.
Yes, I don't think he was inviting him for dinner, was he?
I don't think so. Spargo already with 2 goals in this term. Kicking for a goal from about 40 metres out.
This is for number 9 for the quarter. But it's not very pretty off the boot and through for behind. So Paul Spargo, 2 goals, 2. 15-13 the Roos. The Bears are 6-5. Just on 5 minutes remaining. Gastev telling Champion where to kick it. And a bit of a push there against Merritt. Roger Merritt has been on and off the bench, but has been very quiet when he has been on. Coming back, of course, after a layoff. Gastev at the back. Here's an opportunity from 52 metres. John Gastev in towards goal. It should roll through. So John Gastev gets a valuable goal for the Bears. That's his first.
And his first goal for the year, Sandy, in fact. Johnny Gastev.
For the year.
Of course, yes, first goal for the year.
And for the night.
As we see that kick.
64th for the season.
For the career.
For the career.
Yes, exactly. Johnny Gastev, very good player in defence for the Bears.
7-5 plays 15-13. Noonan's kick is smothered out of the centre. Retzlaff hurriedly gets boot to ball. Well, again, Dennis chanced his arm, picked it up wonderfully well on the half volley, and a good strong mark taken by Darren Crocker. Kick's close to the man on the mark. Longmire got a hand to it. He may have given a nudge too, but the umpire said go on with it. So Champion does and gets it out to Merritt. Oh, his hand pass goes astray. It could be costly, although Spargo's gone, I fear.
Yes, he held on to that far too long, Spargo. He was surrounded by 3 Brisbane Bears players. And it was either for a throw or holding the ball, Jared. One or the other. It didn't matter all that much.
No. To centre wing. Steele and Bain were contesting. Leslie gets a hurried kick. And will it go over the line? Yes. 3 3/4 minutes remaining. Margin 56 points.
Man punches the ball forward for North Melbourne. German taken high. And the umpire will say, no, Darren Crocker, you'll have to take that ball back and give it to the man who earned it. German swings it into the middle of the ground. He finds Peter Mann with the silks around the hamstrings. Kicks that ball almost directly to Roger Merritt, who takes an easy mark. Merritt goes to the running Hamilton. Hamilton has Spargo in pursuit, but is knocked off the ball by Buckley. A strong player. Excellent play by Buckley, finds McRae. He'll go long to the square where Longmire's one out with Champion. Champion does the right thing, taking the front spot. And good support play from Kennedy. Sees the ball over the boundary line. In fact, it was Green on support.
Interesting to see how many times the Brisbane Bears have turned it over. Unforced errors really have crept into their game this evening. They were very competitive last week against Essendon, and they really only slipped away in that last part of the match. But tonight, they just really turned the ball over on far too many occasions.
Champion to the running Hutton. Hutton with plenty of space, but the Bears forwards are running backwards towards goal. They are given the luck of the bounce there with Leslie, who has swapped with Campbell. The ball driven into the forward line. Lawrence Shackey at the back is besieged by North Melbourne players, and Scholl takes the ball out of the danger zone. Poor mark drop, which allows Clark to go in and shoot for goal. He chips the kick forward, and Matthew Kennedy, a courageous mark.
It's been touched off the boot, I think, Jared. Yes, the umpire indicating. And it was a very good effort from Matthew Kennedy, drifting back into the pack to take that grab, or intended grab.
Well, he was most disappointed with Hayden Kennedy's decision. Well, he might be. Mann once again taps the ball straight to Bain. Bain onto Gastev, who should kick a goal. Round the corner he goes, and he's got it home. John Gastev kicks his second for the night, and Brisbane go on to 8 goals 5. They still trail North Melbourne dismally, 15-14, 104.
Second for the quarter, second for the night, and second for the year. Johnny Gastev drifting down from the half-back line. He's still playing as a defender, so 2 goals kicked off that half-back flank for the term, Johnny Gastev. I think he's in fact picking up Darren Crocker.
.51 points the margin. Kennedy beats Mann. Crocker's kick is high. Gathers little ground. Still virtually in the middle. Eventually Spargo gets a kick down to half forward. Merritt had the leap but couldn't take it. Champion doing the work from the bottom finds Campbell. Well, his kick is sadly astray.
Yeah, we see another turnover, Sandy. It's just happened on so many occasions for the Brisbane Bears.
Smith goes short, and again it could be costly. Spargo heads for home with a long kick in towards Longmire. He has kicked 6.
3 in the first quarter, 3 in this third quarter. We see this mark again, just nudging Champion out of the contest and going back to take a very simple mark.
So he likes this end of the ground. He's now kicked 7.
By the Kangaroos, they kicked 9 goals 5 to 4 goals. Longmire kicked 4 in that term, and they had a comfortable lead going into the final term. Could the Bears narrow the margin at the start of the last quarter? If North kicked away, it was going to be all over. Let's see what happens.
North Melbourne 16-14, 110. Brisbane are 8-5, 53. And a bit of pride on the line here. Test of character for this Bears side. They've shown throughout the season that they can be competitive. They had a classic draw with the West Coast Eagles at Carrara, but that was earlier on. Since then, it hasn't been easy. When they've been away from home, it's been even tougher. Here's Archer bursting his way through for North Melbourne. Up towards the half-forward line, and Longmire couldn't take the mark. Campbell is there for the Bears. Gets away the hand pass to Hart, and Hart's kick is wide to the outer side where White takes the mark on the half-back flank. Very athletic player to Ashcroft. They've got the ball now. What can they do with it? Buckley should tidy up at the back. Has plenty of time, the vice-captain. Goes back to the centre and straight onto the chest. German takes the hand pass. Floats a high kick towards the 50-metre line, and a good grab taken by Carey. Wastes no time. Swings round, but swings too far and pulls the ball into the left forward pocket where it wobbles over the line.
It looks as though Campbell now playing centre-half back for Brisbane on Wayne Carey. Just trying to pick up where Martin Leslie is playing. Have you seen, Jared?
Half forward, is he?
I haven't, Bernie. Well, the ball's at the back of the pack, and German picks it up, but he's kicked that ball high enough to go through the hole in the ozone layer. To the ground, man to Archer, and Archer round the corner. This is a great snap from Archer. A goal. Glenn Archer kicks his first goal, and North Melbourne career ahead. 17-14, plays Brisbane, 8 goals 5.
Well, the answer to that other question, Martin Leslie playing centre-half forward for the Brisbane Bears, and Matthew Campbell, as I said, playing at centre-half back, but there's that snap out of the pack by Archer. And a very good snap at that. So North Melbourne continue along their merry way.
Glenn Archer, young man from Noble Park, getting his first. 116, plays 53. The bounce is not exactly brilliant.
And that, Sandy, was his first goal in AFL football.
Well, excellent, and what a way to do it. It was a beauty. Still virtually in the middle, so we have another bounce. Schenko has been very good tonight. He's had a couple of spells on the bench, but he's certainly needed them. He's worked tirelessly. Kennedy can't get an effective kick away. Smith gets a quick one. Gastev goes to ground. Now this opens the door for Crocker. Hamilton's got to give chase on him. He might get him too. No, he won't. Crocker gets clear. In towards half forward. Carey is the target. Oh, will Archer do it again? He's outside 50. No, cleverly does it to McRae, who's directly in front, and 45 out.
Yes, very good use of the ball there by Archer. He didn't panic. He realised that he would have had to kick that ball a long way around his body. He just looked for the options there. And McRae has played pretty well tonight for North Melbourne. Good stats there.
He's kicked a goal in the second quarter. Let's see what he can do. Kicking from about 48 metres. It is away to the left and through from behind. 17-15. So 32 effective scoring shots to 13.
That's what the time has come for the Bears to really knuckle down. They must get some respectability on that scoreboard. This champion drives the ball long, but Ishenko, trained by that famous Hawthorn horseman Donald Scott, takes a big mark. He finds Peter Mann 55 metres out. He'll line this one up. Looking for Carey in the forward pocket, and a good chest mark to Carey. He'll shoot from goal. Now he finds a short pass. It's Archer once again. He's swamped by Bears players, and Hutton tidies up. Hutton goes to the half-back flank, but in front is Liam Pickering, one of the few remaining cricketer come footballers in AFL. He's district cricket for North Melbourne in the summer. Drives the ball into the centre of the ground. Longmire once again swamped by players. Ellison goes over the top, and Crocker just dribbles the ball over for a goal.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1992 AFL Premiership season.
Well, the Bears did rally and kick 8 goals at the end of the game, but it was well over by then. North 20-17, 137 to 16-6, 102. And great to see Wayne Schimmelbusch and his boys back on the winning list after losing 5 in a row.